Good evening. It's 11th of January. It's a Monday, which means it's a lengthy update for the day because it's the start of a week and I need to tell about whatever happened over the weekend. The weekend was hectic, not because I was traveling or not because much of a work at home, but much of the weekend was spent probably I would say like 50 to 60% of the time shopping for stuff which I need to send it to my sister, and remaining was spent and following up with some issue at one of my houses in Bangalore. Now, regarding the shopping, it's kind of like an annual ritual wherein I send across some stuff to my sister, like eatable stuff or dresses or something which she might need for the rest of the year. On the years where she can't come, or like the situation right that we are in right now, wherein she'll not be able to travel to India because of all this COVID and travel restrictions and all those things, I thought it's better that I send the stuff to her, and she can manage with it until she plans to come on a vacation here, which might be in the middle of the year or end of this year. We don't know. I mean, if it is really end of this year, that means that she wouldn't have visited us for like almost 2 years now. So most of the day on Saturday was spent running around places to get so many things like some spices, some powders, some pickles, and again a lot of follow-ups regarding some dresses that she wanted and all the stuff. Like again, it was all shopping all across. Probably I would say in the area that I stay. Now things were a little bit different on Sunday, though I did spend some time on the shopping, but yesterday was a little bit tricky because I had to go to a house which we have in another part of the city, and the tenant there had been really cribbing about some issue that he's having with the house, and it's kind of like bothering the adjacent house people. Like there's no house built yet, but they're planning to do it, and there is some kind of like unknown or mysterious leakage of water happening into their side. So I'd gone there about a month back, if I'm right, and we had tried to get few things sorted. And he himself, the tenant himself, told that he has done several things and he spent thousands of rupees and all that stuff. But again, we got a call on Saturday and yesterday, like unplanned. We had to go there. We had to take a plumber and we had to go there. And upon the first check by our plumber, we realized that whatever our tenant was bluffing, that he has spent about tens of thousands of rupees in sorting out and changing the pipe and all those things. That was never done, or maybe it was done and he has not spent it that much. My concern here is not about he spending that much of money, but he is in turn cutting that money in the rent that he is paying back to us. So instead of he owning up those changes or fixes, he is actually um, uh, making sure that he cuts that amount and he's making sure that we pay for it. Maybe up to a certain extent, yes, we don't mind sharing that thing, but again, putting the entire onus on us, wherein he's the person who is staying there and we are the person who is paying for his luxury, then that does not sound right. So in fact, like I even had a kind of like a lengthy debate with my dad about we being too liberal and too generous with these guys, because these guys have been around for almost 22 years right now, 22 or 23 years, and the amount of rent that they're paying is very less compared to what we can expect or get from that place. So in that way, we just checked few things. Our plumber had gone there. He checked few things and he told that he can do certain things. So today he's continuing with his work. But again, what actually put me off is when we realized that our tenant has not done anything, but he has told that he has done and he has spent few thousands of rupees, and he's in turn making sure that he's paying lesser rent for that. So that is what kept me occupied most of yesterday. And again, by almost late afternoon, I was completely exhausted. And for a change, on a Sunday afternoon, I slept out a very long time. But usually, like I don't do that. I mean, at least of late, I'm not doing it. But yesterday, it was like so tiring because we had to travel to the other side of the city and come back. So it was a little bit physically demanding, and it was hot as well. Which also means that you would have noticed that no ride even this weekend, no ride or drive. I mean, I did drive to the side, but that's not the type of drive I'm talking about. So it's been like almost 11 days as of today that I've not taken my bike out anywhere for anything related to travel or anything. So let me see. I'm not really sure if something gonna happen even next weekend because Thursday being a festival, and I think so. I heard my mom telling that Sunday is also some kind of festival. So there might be some kind of an expectation for me from them for me to stay back at home. So that means that probably no riding even this weekend. But I'll try to see if I can sneak in something on a Friday because lying in between two holidays and maybe I'll not have much of a work on Friday morning. So I might sneak in something that time. But as of now, I'm not really sure about that. But if that happens, I'll definitely be telling that on a Friday journal. Now, the biggest mess up on the personal front happened on the office. Um, I didn't try it over the weekend, but as last night, I had something very important that was pending from my side from Friday that I had to do. This is regarding the performance update for the last year. This is for the self-assessment, and I had not updated it on Friday, so I thought like I'll do it last evening. And when I tried to log in, for some reason, whatever I do and whatever combinations or whatever I try, my system was not accepting my password. And this is a password which I've been using for close to 2 years now, and for some reason it was not accepting. This For some reason I feel that something I had changed, especially immediately after I came back from my vacation in the late December. But I'm pretty sure the password that I gave was updated one. It didn't take, so which actually meant that I had to wait till today morning to make sure that I call up the IT help desk, get my recovery code, which didn't come to me directly, which went to my manager, and he had to send it across, and I had to use that to log in. Too much of mess, and it didn't stop there. And once I logged in, that's when things became even more worse because I just realized that all the passwords had been reset, especially on my browser. All the websites wherein I had logged in and kept all those things had got reset, and I had to log in everything from scratch, renew those certificates, everything. I had to go from scratch, which is really annoying. Like that I didn't want to do that on a Monday morning, but again, I ended up doing it. So it's all sorted and back up and running now. But which meant that my performance assessment thing, what I had to do for myself, I had to postpone it almost until evening. So just before I hit record on this journal update, I finished and I submitted my performance update for 2020 to my manager, and which also means that I have got a huge list of performance to update that I need to evaluate for my team members, which I probably would start doing from tomorrow or day after tomorrow. I'll probably pick up two or so every day and start doing it and updating them. But that will keep me busy for the next 2 weeks on the office front. Again, these are not something which can be taken easily, and it needs to be very clear and concise of how we evaluate the team and how we communicate it back to them. Because end of the day, we also know that 2020 was not great year, and all those remote working and all those challenges meant that we can't be too harsh on the employees as well. And this is exactly one point which my local manager, spoke to me about this afternoon when I had a one-on-one with him. He told that be slightly liberal with how you do the performance assessment, but does not mean that you don't communicate the message. Make sure that you communicate, but let it be subtle and also effective. So I need to think a little bit about it, and probably that's one of the reasons why I didn't take it a little bit too strict on how I assess my uh, year, the 2020, how it was. So that's exactly how the day went. Password reset and breaking up our head for all these performance results. Another thing is that one of my team member reached out to me telling that he has some serious concerns about the lack of work going forward in the project, and he brought it to my notice about how one of my team leads, like senior technical lead, he's kind of playing like a diplomatic game, or taking a diplomatic approach in assigning the work, something which was supposed to be done by us, and it was communicated to us on a personal front that we will be doing it. We realized that somebody else is already doing it from the other part of the world, and they already made some progress which we were not even aware of. And when asked about it, he is trying to be a mute spectator, which is not very acceptable. This also means that there is some kind of like a red flag that we have to raise about what work my team will do for the rest of the year, or maybe at least for the next couple of quarters. And my team member is very upset about this whole progress of how this work assignment goes and everything, and all this kind of, I would say, like um, partiality or a very diplomatic game of being very neutral against all the teams across the world and all that stuff. I tried to call up that person, tried to speak to him, but he was not reachable and he didn't even respond to any of the um, meeting invites during the day. But he just responded a while back. He told that he might be able to speak to me tomorrow. So maybe tomorrow morning I'll speak to him, ask him why this is happening, and if this continues, what next for us. It'll be really troublesome situation for us. So I'll probably speak to him and see if I can come to some kind of a conclusion. I don't know if I'll really get an answer and if that'll be the good one, but try to come to some kind of like a conclusion regarding this, so that we'll see how to take things forward from there. So that's pretty much how the day went and how hectic the day was, and I'm pretty sure that's how it will be for the rest of the week as well. But Thursday is a holiday, Friday might be slightly relaxed, but again I'll tell you how things went. So I'll catch you tomorrow. Take care. Bye bye.